The Raptors in the West Coast League are proud of the reputation of the league and would like to ensure that the ballpark holds safe and enjoyable events for all of our visitors. Please help us in making this possible by promoting good sportsmanship on and off the playing field.
The Raptors are at the Rourke for what's likely the final time in 2024. The postseason matchup begins in just 10 minutes as the defending champion Corvallis Knights are in Ridgefield to take on the Raps in a rematch of the 2022 South Division Championship game. My name is Patrick McCall, your voice of the Raptors in 2024. Thanks so much, as always, for tuning into the broadcast. And these two teams are very familiar with each other. Of course, in the South Division, have to play 6 games a year against each other at the minimum, but this will be the 7th and an important one. Of course, the Raptors have not fared as well against this pesky Knights team, which has won 7 straight West Coast League championships. In fact, the Knights are 6-0 against the Raptors in the season series, but have won most games so far by just 1 to 2 runs this year, and so we should be in store for a fantastic series as the Raptors look for postseason vengeance. And give us a look back on the last time we saw these two teams. It was a 12-3 loss for the Raptors, and that was the only game this year that they didn't lose by just 1 to 2 runs to this Corvallis team, and that came back on July 25th, so that ended the series in the sweep for the Knights, who played 2 at the Rourke and 1 at Goss Stadium. And that'll bring us into today's pitching matchup. It'll be Curtis Abair out there for the Raptors. He comes from the University of Portland and has hit 185 this year in just 27 at-bats, but more importantly, a pitcher as well, a two-way man with a 5.22 ERA. He'll be 1-2 entering today's start with 8 appearances, 31 innings, and 6 starts for the right-handed pitcher, Curtis Abair, Raptors starter in this contest. 12 walks, 28 strikeouts this year for Curtis, and last pitched against the Drifters in the Springfield series. Raptors ended up sweeping and winning that game, but on Sunday was not having his best stuff, had just given up 4 runs in 1 inning, allowing 3 hits, a walk, and no strikeouts for Bears last time out, but will try to get something better out in the arsenal here, as he has had a history of success on the bump for the Raptors. Again, the Portland pilot, Curtis Abair, will be out there for the Raps team, who finished the regular season 31-23, 21-7 in the second half, and Ridgefield team that came on to be hot later on in the year. But the Corvallis Knights, who finished the regular season 41-13 and 19-8 in the second half, bringing out Tyner Horn from Nebraska. His nickname is Ty, and the right-handed pitcher is 6'2", 195, and comes out being effective this year with a 2.2 ERA, 9 appearances, 7 starts. He's 1-0 on the year, nearly 33 innings for Ty Horn. So 19 walks, 39 strikeouts, and he'll be somebody to watch. He was named to the All-Star squad as well out there that made their appearances in Bellingham, part of 7 Knights to reach the game up there in Bellingham, relaunched after having to stay away since 2019. And for Ty Horn, his last time on the bump was at Bend. He went 4 and allowed 4 runs. 3 of those were earned on 3 hits, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So it'll be good to see Tyner Horn against Curtis Abair, as that is today's pitching matchup. Get you real quick through the lineups here today. And for the visiting Knights, it is Thomas Ferrojaro, the third baseman, going first. Tai Yukamoto is the shortstop, hitting second. Blake Wilson will be the center fielder, batting third. Kevin Takeuchi is the second baseman, going in the cleanup spot. Brandon Cabrera will be the left fielder, hitting fifth. Quinn Dufort is the DH who hit sixth tonight for Corvallis. Kaysen Conserina is the right fielder, going seventh. Luke Lavin, the catcher, will hit eighth for the Knights. And Coulter McAnally is the first baseman, who rounds out the list. That is 1 through 9 for Corvallis in the batting order. And we'll flip it on to the side of the Raptors. Taylor Takata is the second baseman who will start, and you see him out there on the diamond already at second base. Deshaun Harris is the center fielder, going second from OU. Justin Stransky's back in the lineup tonight from Fresno State. The catcher hits third. Colby Wallace, wearing number 20, will DH and hit cleanup. Luke Iverson hits fifth, the right fielder. Sophia Mawai, Raptors' pretty new addition this late in the year from Hawaii, is the first baseman, hitting sixth. Julian Nunez, the shortstop out of Pepperdine, will bat seventh, while Kyle Marion goes behind him, and Jovan Camacho rounds out the list in left field. And that is how the Raptors stack up for this playoff game. This is game one of what could be a 3-game series. It's a best of 3 And the way the playoffs break down, Raptors would need to win this to advance to the South Division Championship game. If they win that one-and-done game, they will move on to the West Coast League Championship game, which is also one-and-done. But with that report out of the way, we see the jerseys here for the Knights, a whole new concoction. They have the gray tops and gray pants as well, but a tan backside of the cap tonight with the Corvallis black out there and a tan logo up top. Raptors in the red-maroon uniforms with the gray Raptors across the chest, gray Raptor numbers on the backside with the white pants, and Red Sox black Raptor caps tonight with the white logos. So interesting jersey matchup. Corvallis back out there with a little twist to its traditional road gray uniforms. And we'll also have 3 umpires in today's contest. It'll be a switch up from the West Coast League's usual umpiring duties, where there are usually 2 umpires, but Shane Kelly's behind the plate. David Richardson is at first base, and Terry Granillo is at third base tonight in the umpiring duties for this playoff game. So with all that presented, we will step aside real short and have the national anthem ahead of game 1. And before the game, got to catch up with the Raptors head coach Chris Cota. Had a lot to say about this Raptors postseason appearance and the last time they were able to play the Knights. Take a listen to Raptors head coach Chris Cota before the Knights and Raps kick off game 1. Here's Coach Cota before the game. And Coach, how you doing today?
Doing good. Ready to get rolling.
Awesome. Do you remember the last time you guys were able to play the Knights in the postseason?
I think it was 2 years ago, maybe. Or was it last year? These summers are running together. I'm not sure, but it's within the last 2 years.
Yeah, I know. I think it was 2022, but I was just wondering if you remember anything from that game at all.
When you play the Knights, they're going to be ready to play. You have to play good baseball. You have to throw strikes. You have to play catch. You have to put the ball in play, and hopefully we can do those things tonight.
It'll be tough. And do you feel like you're probably not at full, but good strength going into the postseason, all things considered?
Yeah, it was tough losing Hunter Katchke, but we'll be ready to go. I think that we're close to full strength, and should be pretty fun.
And is there anybody you're excited to watch play in the West Coast League postseason for the first time?
Well, I think all of our guys that it's the first time playing for us. I think they're going to have a good time. I'm looking forward to seeing how they handle things, and I think they'll be fine.
And you think it's easier or harder to play the defending champ, early on in the postseason?
I don't think it matters. I think Portland's a real good club. I think Bend's a real good club, so it didn't matter. You got to go through all of them to get to the championship game.
And do you remember in the past if the crowd gets any bigger or rowdier for the postseason?
Our crowd's the same. I think we have a little bit bigger of a crowd, but for the most part, we've got a pretty mellow crowd that enjoys baseball and kind of sits back and relaxes and watches.
You guys have now made the postseason for the 5 years, and you've been at the helm for all that. Do you think there's any keys to get that consistency in a year where there's so much turnover?
Well, it's the players. If you can get the good players and guide them in the right direction, I think you'll do fine. The key is, helping Jason bring in players and hopefully they stay the whole time and compete till the end.
And how long does it take to kind of build those relationships to get the better players?
Well, we've got some good relationships. He's got them up here in the Pacific Northwest, and I've got them down south and across the country. We kind of put our heads together and try to bring in players that we think are going to help us win.
It'll be Curtis Abair, looks like, back on the bump tonight. How many innings are you looking for him, or just what kind of performance?
Well, we're just going to let him go until he tells us he can't go anymore. We're expecting him to throw well, and hopefully he can keep us in a ball game early.
And by the way, do the coaches let you push the guys a little more if it's a postseason game and let them throw more?
Well, we know the coaches that say, hey, use him as much as you want. Curtis will be pitching in Portland next year, so I think they want him to get innings. And normally the guys that are shut down are already gone. So when it comes to playoff time, we can use them.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining me, Coach, and good luck tonight. Raptors playing in postseason game number 1.
Thank you.
That was Chris Cota before the game, and the Raptors now fielding for their head coach out there. We'll get you through the defensive alignment real fast. It is Luke Lavin, that is the side of the Knights, but the Raptors bring out Justin Stransky to do the catching. Sophia Malai at first base Taylor Takata's at second out of Hawaii. Julian Nunez at short. Colin Marion at third. Jovan Camacho's in left. Deshaun Harrison center. And Luke Iverson in right field tonight for the Raptors. Here is Curtis Abair to go against Thomas Ferro-Jara. And he slashes that inside to begin the ball game. So it'll be 1-0 to Ferro-Jara, the Portland, Oregon native, going to Santa Clara. Hit 295 and sees a strike over the zone. Again, this the postseason now here in Ridgefield. Raptors hosting first time since 2023. And that'll be fouled away. And we're real close to getting almost kind of the same situation as the Raptors had last year in the first round. Would have been against the Portland Pickles, as the Raptors finished just a game and a half behind the South Division lead there to miss out on potentially getting that 1 seed or 2 seed, coming into this series. Now there's going to be 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Ferro-Jara. Of course, Raptors didn't like their end of the season last year. Lost those 2 postseason games in the first round. And that's going to be fouled away. And what's interesting now is, of course, it'll be difficult against a team that's won 7 straight in the West Coast League, but maybe it'll be good to see a new opponent here for Ridgefield. 3-2. It's up the middle and snagged by Curtis Abair. He's got an easy jog over to first where he gives it off to Mawai for the out. Now Tai Yukamoto, recent commitment to Gonzaga over there in Spokane. Going to be teammates with guys like Kama Marion over there at third tonight for Ridgefield. And Yukamoto's going into that senior year after an all-star year this season. And that's down low. Yukamoto, 50 games, 21 stolen bases on the year, 45 runs with 21 RBI. And now he slashes one right back up the middle, and you see his offensive potential early on. That'll be a base hit. Shortstop is on for the Knights. Now the infielder Blake Wilson out of Washington will step up here. He's at 287, 16 stolen bases himself. This is a Corvallis team that does like to run. Top 3 in the WCL in stolen bases. Now Abair goes home. And Abair will just dash that one outside. And Blake Wilson, his last time out, went 1 for 2 at Victoria 3 nights back, and had a hit in every game in that series against the Harbor Cats. That's fouled on the first base side. Knights ended up winning 2 out of the 3 there. Raptors lost 2 out of 3 in Walla Walla to end the regular season. Runner at first is Yukamoto, as we see the pitch over the zone. No score here in the top of the first inning. Raptors' first playoff game of this postseason. Likely the last home playoff game, though, as the 4 seed out of the South. Now Abair get it to the plate. Got that one down low for strike 3. Curtis Abair, his first strikeout of the night. And it'll be Kevin Takeuchi to go against him. Takeuchi out of Southern California, the Trojans program hosting him as he goes back to this fall. He's hit .323 this year in 53 games, 5 big flies for Takeuchi. And now he serves it down the left field line. It just gets foul. And then an important number for Takeuchi, 5 home runs, about half the team total. Knights actually finished not close to the Raptors in home runs, which was 28 and first in the West Coast League by 7. But this is a Knights team that plays really different offensively than the Raptors. They like to hit it around the yard rather than go as deep. And there's strike two. Curtis Abair working ahead here early on. Takeuchi, last one 1 for 4 at Victoria on August 7th. And a run and a stolen base. Here's Abair. And sees this one blasted to right field. Iverson's chasing it to the track, and he just has room to get the final out in his trap, and the side is retired. Raptors allow no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 Knight is left on base. Already played a half inning, and there's no score after that half inning at the Rourke. We'll be back with Raptors baseball.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Raptors going on offense here for the first time in the bottom of the first with no score between them and the Knights. And NCR has a message. Quantum Fiber has unleashed an internet value you'll love. Now get 500 meg internet for $50 a month. And with Price for Life internet, keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability. Quantum Fiber internet, your world unleashed. So here's the Raptors' Taylor Takata stepping in first. Infielder out of the University of Hawaii. He's committed there and played 2 games in that, or the latter 2 games without the hit streak in the Walla Walla series, broken after 12 games. Now the pitch upstairs for a ball, and Takata's hit .323 second in the WCL this regular season with 41 walks. And there is Ty Horn, who's running it up to 1-1. He's the starter tonight for the Knights and comes out of the University of Nebraska over there towards the Midwest. He taps that one away, and you can even see the Cornhusker red he's got on the mitt today. Just a 2.2 ERA against Takata. There's the fastball outside for strike 2 of the count. Quick work here for Ty Horn. A little bit like the Raptors' Camden Orm. And Takata will just get it foul on the first base side. Raptors only allowed the 1 hit in the top of the first to Tai Yukamoto. Turned it around to get out of the inning pretty quickly. Here in game 1 of the 2024 postseason run, Raptors have made it now 4 straight years and 4 of their first 5 in existence. 2-2 from Horn. Now he slides it away for a full count, and this Raptors team last played in the playoffs against the Knights in 2022. There is Takata on cue, taking a walk to first base, just like he's done all season long. His 42nd of the year, first in the postseason. As Deshaun Harris will step up. That was not an easy walk to draw, only walked 20 for Ty Horn compared to his nearly 40 strikeouts. It'll be Deshaun Harris, who's hit .305 this year. A couple home runs, 6 doubles, and 2 triples. As that one scrapes high for a ball. Raptors, you're hoping for Harris to show off that speed at the work. Maybe one downside of the shorter wall is easier to get to the baseball, as Harris still is showing that sacrifice sign, but it's 2-0, and Son getting his 2 triples in the wall-to-wall of the series. Playing on that natural grass field over there at Borleski Stadium. And Takata is able to get back in at first safely. And Harris can certainly run, and Raptors would like to get him on here in this scenario. That runs away, ball 3, and probably not the plan here for Ty Horn. Knew Harris was trying to make contact over the zone, but he's been able to pull back, and now the third baseman, Faro Jaro, drops back. Harris will finally see strike 1. Breeze blowing a little bit towards right and home plate in today's contest. A 3-1 to Harris. Showed the bunt and pulled back, but that'll be over the zone anyway. For Desan, he went 0 for 3 in Sunday's game, 1 for 4 on Saturday, but or I should say Thursday and Wednesday, and then on the Tuesday game against Wall to Wall, 2 for 2. Now the pitch to the plate. Takata's going. Harris is able to fork it down the left field line. Going to be close and just gets fouled. Desan almost sneaking down a double to triple there maybe down the line, but we'll have to stand in, try again. Good crowd on deck at the work in the orange and blue seats. And Takata just gets in at first. Staying safe over there. Of course, that jersey doesn't get too dirty here on the natural, or the turf field, I should say, at the Rourke. 3-2. Takata off again, but it's ball 4 anyways, downstairs to Harris. And Ty Horn is struggling to locate in the first inning. Going to be the catcher, Justin Stransky, out of Fresno State. He's back in the lineup. Has a hit streak in 11 games after last playing in the Springfield series nearly a week ago. And he hit .364 on the year. Welcome back, Stransky. He's got 10 stolen bags, 4 big flies. And there's the bunt sign again, but Raptors haven't been able to see anything in the zone they like to use that bunt. Corvallis kind of squeezed in on the corners. Now Stransky does lay it down. It's a good bunt at that. And there's no chance for Ty Horn to get it over to first. Are they calling it foul? I believe they're going to call it a fair ball. Maybe Ty Horn thought that was not in play because he really didn't move much off the mound, but either way, a beautiful bunt by Stransky, and the Raptors have the bases loaded for Colby Wallace. Outfielder tonight is in the DH spot, but often seen in left or right field. Going to LMU, he's hit .343. 3 home runs, 2 doubles on the year. Ty Horn going to have to get a good pitch. And he sees this one shoved down the line in right field. Get you through the defense real quick for Corvallis. Luke Lavin's the catcher over at first. Coulter McAnally, Kevin Takiushi at second. Tai Yukamoto's the shortstop for Corvallis. Thomas Ferrojara at third. It'll be Cabrera, in left field. Blake Wilson in center. And Consarinas in right for Corvallis. Ridgefield 0-6 this season against the Knights, and hope that turns around in the postseason. And Wallace hits it foul again, and For what it's worth, this game's setting up a lot like the Raptors have played against the Knights so far this year. Put pressure on early and play better earlier in the game rather than later. The Knights seem to always have a late counterattack, and just been some close losses for the Raps. The 1-2. Punches the outside corner. Wallace is frozen for strike 3, and there's one down. So it's Luke Iverson, the right fielder from Utah Valley, and the Wolverines is at 293 this year. A couple home runs, 11 doubles, and 28 RBI. Raptors still have Cota at third, Harris at second, and Stransky at first. And Iverson spits on that, but it's a fastball at 95 for a strike. Raptors weren't able to see much of that high velocity in Walla Walla. The Sweets' arms limited late in the season. Definitely a change of tune as we see the curve hit the turf for ball 1. Raptors have a good crowd on deck filling out the work from left to right field. Now the 1-1 is high bouncer off the turf. Horn collects it. Raptors score as Cota slides in. It's 1-0 Ridgefield. There'll be 2 outs in the inning. Well, an RBI for Luke Iverson, his 29th of the year. And it's now Sofia Mawai, the infielder from Hawaii, and Chaminade. It's his latest university out there on the island of Hawaii. Raptors have Harris at third, Stransky at second. And Mawai sees one high. Hitting 289 this year is Mawai, and seems the Raptors are also sporting the yellow tonight. Mawai has that yellow sleeve, which he didn't have last series or any before, and Desan Harris has the same at third. Little playoff mix-up here as the Raptors look to win their first WCL championship ever as a franchise. Here's now the 3-0. That is down there for a strike. And Mawai last played at Walla Walla on Thursday, went 1 for 5. Had a hit in every game of the series. And now the zone stretches here with the count full. Raptors winning this one 1-0. Bottom of the first inning, here's Ty Horn to the plate. And that ball is belted down the third base line and just gets foul. Be some other action tonight to look forward to as well as we get through today's game, but there's some other playoff scorers getting going. The pitch. Back to the screen, a foul ball. Why trying to survive here, and West Coast League kicking off its postseason. We'll see the 3-2. That one just scrapes outside for ball 4. And Mawai is the third Raptor to walk in the inning. That puts the bases loaded. Things not looking as nice here for Corvallis, which brings out its pitching coach now. And that will be pitching coach Bo Kearns, and he'll talk things over. He's been the pitching coach since 2021 to the present. And under Brooke Knight, who of course is the Knights head coach since 2008. Big part of the reason this team's won 7 in a row. But pressure spot here now for Ty Horn. Knights do have one in the right field pen, and It's likely going to be a short leash today for either side, all things considered, with the postseason on the line. In fact, whoever wins this game will be down to their final, or be down to a winner-go-home situation tomorrow. Of course, Game 2 is going to be in Goss Stadium at Coleman Field up there on the campus of Oregon State. Game 3 will also be played on the same diamond if necessary. Now Julian Nunez, the hitter who's hit .230 this year as a Rap. Shortstop's got 15 RBIs. And the pitch is up and in for a ball. And Nunez has been one of those guys that talked with throughout the year and is looking to improve that offense. Certainly has as we've gone along. This time he takes it foul. Well, maybe no better barometer than how you do against Corvallis, and that'll be something to watch entering today's game. Horn with the 1-1. This ball's into the blue sky over the Rourke. Stays in the infield. Thomas Ferro-Jaro finds the baseball. The third baseman collects the final out in the inning. And the Raptors are done in the first. It's not before a run comes across on one hit. Raptors face no errors in the inning and leave 3 on base. Ridgefield up 1-0 over Corvallis. We're back in the top of the second.
At Dick Hanna, we know that buying a car can feel like you're in some overdramatic reality show. There's
shocking news.
6 weeks to get the red one?
And people who aren't here to make friends.
Honey, look confident. The salesperson is coming.
At Dick Hanna, our huge inventory of 14 brands and 600 plus used vehicles means we have something for everyone. So skip all the... At Dick Hanna, we believe in nice and making nice your reality.
We've been perfecting the process since 1989. And since we're family run, we keep the community in mind. RVs, boats, campers, trailers, if you're missing some glass, we can make it custom tailored. Windshields or rock chips or any shattered mess, give us a call at Hampton Auto Glass.
Raptors hosting the Knights, up 1-0 in the top of the second, and got a quick message from our friends at Buffalo Wild Wings. Craving wings, dive into flavor overload at Buffalo Wild Wings every Thursday. It's BOGO Free Boneless Wing Day. That's right. Buy one order of our mouth-watering wings and get another absolutely free. Gather your herd and head over to Buffalo Wild Wings for a Thursday feast you won't forget. With an array of sauces and seasonings to choose from, there's something to tantalize every taste bud. Don't miss out. BOGO Free Wings every Thursday at Buffalo Wild Wings, because when it comes to flavor, we don't just wing it, we master it. See you there. So Curtis Abair still out there for the Raptors. Last time against the Drifters only went the 1 inning. So already much hotter here today than he was against those Drifters, and steps out looking to get it done against this Corvallis team. And not an easy one to put down. Have won 7 straight in the WCL as we start the postseason. The Knights also bring up first Brandon Cabrera for this inning, the outfielder from Lewis Clark State. And wonder what the discussion is here now between home plate umpire Shane Kelly and Raptors Chris Cota. Not sure if it's about the number of pitches, but might be called a delay on the Raptors side. We're taking too many warm-up pitches, so it's 1-0 now to Cabrera. Hasn't even stepped foot in the box. Out of Lewis Clark State, Cabrera's hit .314 and has 2 home runs, 15 doubles. That one will scratch inside for a ball. So now it's 2-0 here to Cabrera as he sees the next offer. And he'll attack low. Now the pitch, up and in, ball 4 already to Cabrera, though Abair only threw 3 pitches in the count. So that's going to give way now to Quinn Dufort, the DH. Corvallis Knights bring out their infielder and left-handed pitcher from the University of Portland. 6 appearances on the bump, 36 on the diamond, hit .299. Checks off that pitch, it's down for a ball. And Ridgefield, just like Corvallis, keeping the bullpen mostly empty. Nobody down there backing up a Bear early on. Might have a longer leash today with the 1-0. On the air, that's going to get into right center, and a dive and a catch by Luke Iverson. And he almost got it to first in time, though it's pooted away by Mawai. Luke Iverson lays out like Superman to get the first out. What a play by Luke Iverson, and we've seen him behind the dish make it through a few strong throws, but that was a little bit out of the element for Iverson. He gets the out, and it'll be Kaysen Consarinha who's hit .277. 5 doubles, 11 RBI, 30 runs. Consarinha thought about it and watches it for ball 1. Raptors would appreciate that kind of defense here when everything is going to matter this postseason. 1 or 2 mistakes could mean the difference between another game and going home. As a Bear attacks, he missed again, 2 balls, no strikes. For a Bear today, it might go a little longer than the usual. Has that likely, this being his likely last start of the year behind him, so unless he can come in and maybe give more than the Raptors would usually allow for a pitcher. Has the 3-0 at his belt. And dishes that upstairs for ball 4. 2 walks for Curtis Hebert this inning against the Knights, as the catcher is Luke Lavin for Corvallis. He steps in as number 29 from Stanford, who's hit .250 on the year and played in 26 games as a member of the Cardinal in the spring, and certainly a high recruit, perfect game grade of 9.5. Expected to be a big deal down the line. Already has 2 Knights on base to work with. That's the tying run at second as well in Brandon Cabrera. A Bear ready to face the high recruit from Santa Margarita Catholic High School. And that's right back up the middle. Takata plays it off a hop to Nunez. Back to first. That's a twin killing and ends the inning. Double play ball goes 4-6-3. Raptors retire the Knights in the second and still maintain a 1-0 lead.
You want to hear about A? Listen to this. This is what it sounds like to stay and play at A. And with our new luxury hotel featuring an indoor-outdoor pool, dining with incredible views, and more, it sounds even better. This is what it sounds like at the area's premier dining, gaming, and entertainment destination. A. Sounds like fun. Book your stay now at ilaniresort.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Raptors winning 1-0. We're in the bottom of the second. Taco lovers unite. It's time to spice up your day with both flavors from Taco Bell. Those are our iconic crunchy tacos, loaded burritos, and mouth-watering nachos, all crafted to satisfy your cravings. Whether you're on the go or kicking back with friends, Taco Bell is your go-to spot. For flavor-packed fun, don't wait. Swing by Taco Bell today and taste the excitement in every bite. So the Raptors will have up Kyle Marion to lead things off. The Gonzaga Bulldog has been here since day one and hit .214 in 38 games. The last one 1 for 5 at Walla Walla. Defense spreads out. First one down the hill. And Ty Horn's taken to center field immediately by Kyle Marion. Ridgefield's infielder takes first base and is on to start the second inning. Outfielder Jovan Camacho at 5'9", hit .286 in just 7 games. Got that memorable blue barreled bat, and 2 for 2 his last time out. Shows the bunt and pulls it back. And just to look back to that last time the Raptors were playing the Knights in the postseason, lost 5-2. And allowed the Knights to go to the title game against Bellingham. That's fouled away, and this was in 2022. Bellingham would lose as well in the championship game to the Knights, and Raptors lost up there at Goss, but weren't able to get it done there in spite of the Raptors having 10 hits in the game. But Camacho shoved that back to the screen. Been a tough team to beat, and part of the reason the Knights always seem to have that hometown advantage late in the year in the postseason. Camacho's going to face a 1-2. And he punches it up the middle. Second baseman Takeuchi will have a flip to second. And the Raptors beat it out. Kyle Marion with a slide is in, and with nobody out, Raptors have 2 on base. Well, it's getting interesting here for Ridgefield, and all of a sudden, it'll bring Taylor Takata at the top of the order. He walked in the first. We'll see what'll go on here with Takata. Infield crunched in on either side. Ty Horn home. And the Cornhusker is bunted down the third baseline. Barehand grab by Faro Jaro, and he believe has the out. I'm not sure we got a call. An interesting play as well. Takeuchi, the second baseman, bumped into the first base umpire, David Richardson, and he did not see the finish at first. And I think this would be an out had Richardson not been knocked out anyway, but that will be an out. One of the interesting plays, I don't think we've seen at the Rourke yet this year, a umpire colliding with a player still gets the right call. But the Raptors are at second and third with 1 out. Now it's Desan Harris who walked in the first. Can he bring these 2 around? Already up 1. And takes that one inside, strike 1. Well, the Raptors can't get too comfortable even if they score a few here. Have been ahead of the Knights before, but again have not won. Win 6 this season against Corvallis. How about no 1? Outside, no sir, that is just away. But the Raptors were up 5-0. And actually the second game of that initial series at Goss way back in early July, and ended up seeing their team get swung against there. The Knights would score 6 unanswered and end up taking that game. So it's been how difficult it is to beat Corvallis. Now the 1-2 to Harris. He rides it into right field with a little bit of carry. It gets by the sliding Consarina and rolls all the way to the wall. Raptors have Marion score. Camacho joins him at home. Another triple for Desan Harris.
It's a Ridgefield triple!
And Deshaun Harris, he didn't have any triples going into the Walla Walla series. Now has 3 in his last 4 games. And it's been fun every time he hits it to the alley. Just got it past Conserina, went for the gamble. It did not pay off. And now the Raptors leading 3-0. Have Stransky at the plate. He's 1 for 1. And he takes off on that first pitch. Harris caught in a tough situation at third. He's tagged out. And that'll be a double play. Deshaun had no chance to react on that sharp ground ball. Ends up in a double play. And that's going to end the inning. Well, Raptors still score 2 on that triple to lead 3-0. We'll be back in the top of the third on a wild one right now from the work. Ridgefield winning this contest over Corvallis.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Other places make you pay extra for that, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les. Book your appointment at leschwab.com. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com for details.
Ridgefield Main Street is dedicated to historic preservation, beautification, and a thriving downtown. We support our merchants and our community, and thank you for shopping small. Join us for Main Street Day in our fall wine walk. Discover downtown for unique shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops, restaurants, and the food carts. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. Go Raptors, and we'll see you downtown.
Raptors with the lead, 3-0 over the Knights here in postseason game number 1. Prepare for a flavor explosion at the Buffalo Wild Wings, where taste takes the spotlight. Indulge in our signature wings, available in a variety of sauces and seasonings, alongside mouth-watering burgers and irresistible appetizers. Whether you're catching the game with friends or gearing up for a night out, Buffalo Wild Wings promises delicious food and great times. Don't miss out. Swing by today and treat your taste buds to an unforgettable experience only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Here's a bear to the plate. Mosey's that one over for strike 1. This is the Knights' Coulter McAnally. McAnally, a two-way guy for the Knights this season. Been great on the bump with a 2.70 ERA, 5 starts out of Utah. But he's hitting 273 on the diamond, 3 doubles, 21 RBI. Now blasts this one foul side at first. Corvallis here not too long ago at the work and did win 12-4 on July 25th, but the Raptors are hoping for some regression after losing close so many times to the Knights this year. 0-2's inside from a bear. Of course, Raptors did lose in 2021 and 22, eventually to the Knights in the postseason. As we see the count pushed to 2-2, and Raptors went down in 2021 in the first round, and hope that's not the same case here against the Knights. Again, the pitch. Just up and in, a bear blasted upstairs. That's ball 4. So Coulter McAnally has walked for the 8th time, and no, pardon me, that's going to be 3-2. I was getting ahead of myself. Curtis Abair, 3-2. And now gets the outside corner. What a turnaround there, a strikeout for Curtis Abair. And McAnally is going to have to head back to the dugouts. It'll be Thomas Ferro-Jaro. Ferro-Jaro is already 0 for 1 on the day, hopes to turn it around from Santa Clara University. Draws a ball down low, and Ferro-Jaro, a WCC All-Freshman in 2023 with Santa Clara, had 35 games and 28 starts. That's down low, and pretty a good amount of experience to get as a true freshman in your first year at a D1 school. Ferro-Jaro gets ahead in this count, 3 balls, no strikes. First team all Mount Hood Conference back at Catholic Central High School. And the pitch is rooted to the outside for strike one. Curtis Bear trying to come back in another count like he did to McAnally. Raptors winning 3-0 as this pitch is roped foul. Ridgefield, an interesting breakdown tomorrow, so they have to go on the road to Goss and will be there on the campus of Oregon State. Hope to already know their travel plans as well. If they do win here today, know they'll be staying overnight for a Game 3 if Ridgefield doesn't close out the deal. But Harris is going to attack the baseball in center field and is able to run it down for out number one. So it'll be Tai Yukamoto, the Hawaii product, going to Gonzaga. Yukamoto's got a base hit in the first inning, been a hit machine so far for the Knights this year, 54. That base knock in the first inning. Here's a Bear from the stretch. That is barely away for a ball, and it's always good to see a Raptor connection even with the Knights. Yukamoto played 3 years with the Pacific Boxers and was making the jump to D1, but Kevin Lovings occasionally works with the catchers for Ridgefield. He's a coach and loves to come out and help out guys like Luke Iverson, Justin Stransky, but he was helping coach Yukamoto for several years there with the Boxers program. Ridgefield's got some familiarity with these players on the Knights. 3-0 from a Bear. It's the strike. Well, interesting to watch a pair work today. Has gone down 3-0 a couple times and starts to come back. And this time will not be able to as he didn't get the strike call. So that one's near too far off the plate. Blake Wilson will be the hitter for the Knights. Infielder from Washington up there in Seattle. Struck out in the first inning and spent time there as a freshman, 45 games. The pitch down. Hit foul on the first base side. Knights down 3. Raptors scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and will be interesting to see if this middle of the order can get going. Wilson, another one of those all-stars by the Knights this year. The pitch to the plate. Hit foul. And actually, Wilson already with some big league connection, though he's here at the collegiate summer level out of Santa Margarita Catholic, was drafted in the 20th round by the Kansas City Royals in 2023. It goes through strike 3. Blake Wilson, maybe a future pro baller, is struck out by a Bear. And that's the end of the inning. Raptors allow no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Curtis Bear, 3 strikeouts to put down the Knights. Raptors leading 3-0.
Ridgefield Main Street partners with the Raptors and invites you to discover downtown for shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. We're working to keep our small town charm intact by supporting our merchants and the community. Join us for Main Street Day and our fall wine walk. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops and restaurants. We have 4 active committees and are always looking for volunteers. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. See you downtown, and go Raptors!
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high-earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952.
Colby Wallace, the DH, 0 for 1 for the Raptors. He'll dig in here with Ridgefield up 3-0 over Corvallis, looking for that first sweet win of the year. Versus the Knights, the pitch. And Ty Horn leaves one for Wallace, who fouled it off. And Colby fortunate to be back in the Raptor lineup, as his time away for about a couple weeks back didn't keep him out for the season. And now we'll just mosey that one over to first base. Played off a few hops by McAnally. Touches first, and there's one gone. Ridgefield's got Luke Iverson back to the plate. Grounded out for an RBI in the first inning. Raptors took the initial lead there, and hope Iverson can help them out. He's played since that game on May 30th. Of course, that was game 1 of the Columbia River Cup, and a 4-1 loss for the Raptors was symbolic of what would be a tough first half there in non-league play. And he taps it foul. It was quite a turnaround for Ridgefield this year. In case you weren't familiar, Ridgefield a 13-game West Coast League winning streak to start the second half. That was the best mark ever for this franchise. Broke a previous record of 11, which was actually set last year in 2023, but Raptors needed that to turn around and get to the postseason. And this pitch is drilled onto the lawn left field. Bounce into a fan's grasp, and what's likely the last time at the work. Good to see the amenities back open. The Tots truck is out there in left. Right now seeing the 2 flags fly down there in left field towards right as that wind kicks up. Iverson barely scrapes that off the barrel. It'll be a tough play for Takeuchi, and the sidearm deal to first base is in time. Nice hustle by both players that time, but Takeuchi wins the battle, and there's 2 down. The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. Nacho fries are back at Taco Bell. Get ready to dive into crispy golden fries smothered in warm nacho cheese sauce and loaded savory toppings. Experience the ultimate snack sensation that's been dearly missed. Hurry and grab your nacho fries fix today. Don't miss out. Nacho fries are back for a limited time only at Taco Bell. Here's Sofea Mawai going through a strike. He walked in the first. Raptors believing in their big late addition. The pitch to the plate. Strike 2. Well, Mawai, though, he's 0-4 tonight. Deals this one up the middle, and it's going to be played off a high hop by Horn. He will get it to first in plenty of time for the last out in the inning. Raptors not much going and go in short order in the third. Ridgefield, though, is still up on top, 3-0. We're going to the fourth at the Rourke.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com. Head to the store and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today. because you deserve more.
Are you going to play Happy Birthday?
It is 3-0, top of the fourth. Kevin Takeuchi stepping in for the Knights. Curtis Abair to the plate. And he left that one up and in. Takeuchi, the second baseman, flew out in the first inning. And we got playoff baseball rolling along. And again, a reminder, this is game one of potentially three. As that'll be ball two, and be interesting to see how things work out here. 2-0 on the plate for strike one. But ultimately, the Raptors, amongst the other playoff games, look to have a favorable result. We'll take a look at the short scoreboard tonight. Again, half the teams bounced out going into the postseason. Only 8 remain. 1 wins the whole thing. The Bells tied at 1 with the Riverhawks at the top of the 5th at Remax Field. That's the game that's gone along the furthest so far, and this will be strike two. Abair loads up another count. Pickles lead 1-0 in the South. They're down in Bend to play the Elks in the bottom of the third. And right now the Apple Sox and the Harbor Cats have no score in the bottom of the third, and that is the scoreboard today as the postseason begins, but that is ball 4. Takeuchi is going to be at first base, and the Knights have some life here in the 4th inning. This is not a team you can afford to mess around with. It will not be easy for Abair, who doesn't have warm-up action behind him right now in the left field pen. And one's tapped foul on the first base side. Cabrera, the left fielder, walked in the 2nd inning, and he comes out of Lewis Clark State after transferring from JUCO. The 0-1. This is in the air, behind home plate. Stransky calls everyone off over near the Knights dugout. He makes the catch for the first down. Good hustle in eyes by Stransky. Found that one immediately and was able to make the catch. To retire Cabrera, it'll be Quinn Dufort out of Portland, playing with UP and also a native of the Rose City. And we'll see him here with 1 out as Ridgefield leads 3-0. The pitch. Down in for a strike. Dufort out of Ida B. Wells High School, the number 18 player in the state, ranked as the number 5 player at his position as an infielder and left-handed pitcher by Baseball Northwest. That'll be down low. In fact, I thought I saw some Northwest scouts in the area for this special playoff game today, and surely a lot of these players will be at the higher levels as they go on with their career. Counts now 2-1. West Coast League has well over 100 alumni have made the major league level. Curtis Abair back with a 1-strike offer. That time is low, and right now the Knights have only been held to 1 hit, though they have been pretty patient at the plate. Got a walk in nearly every inning. 2 in the 2nd. As Stransky catches strike 2 and popped up real fast. Checking on first base, and Stransky not one to mess with. Got a lean frame and a quick pop time. Has thrown down to first several times this year. 3-2. There goes Takeuchi, and that's fouled away. Dufort did not have a hit in the Victoria series, in a series for the Knights that went from August 5th to the 7th. Corvallis got an extra day to travel back, as most teams ended their season on August 8th. There goes Takeuchi again, but it's placed into right field, a base hit. Takeuchi takes the extra base to third. And the single delivers runners at the corners. Quinn Dufort giving the Knights a hope here in the fourth. And this is where the Knights wanted to operate, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Team that doesn't always start too fast against the Raptors, but definitely warms up as the game goes along, and maybe this is the inning now for the Knights. Consarina hopes to avoid the double play up the middle. The right fielder walked in the second. And Bear will hit the turf for ball one. And the Knights held scoreless through the first three. Only one hit there and left three on, though, but Ridgefield has made the most of its opportunities. Scored three and leave three on. Bear, nice curve over the zone. And Consarina, another consistent, nearly everyday guy for the Knights, played 42 of the 54 West Coast League games with 5 doubles entering today. As a Bear dips that one in for a ball. And Consarina played every game as well against Ridgefield so far in the season series. He's had 2 hits twice against the Raps. And a Bear got the low side of the zone there. Consarina is one of those guys was special enough out of his prep career to get an invite to the National Showcase out there at Chase Field in Arizona. The 2-2. Hit foul. Consarina out of Chino Hills, California, committed to UCLA and is going to play with the Bruins in the spring at 25. Program that'll look to bounce back after a tough year in the Pac-12. 2-2. Off the body of Consarina and a foul ball. Luke Lavin's on deck for the Knights here. The catcher, Coulter McAnally, in the hole. Corvallis trying to get through this middle part of the order with a few hits and make it a bit easier as the game goes along. To come back against the Raps. A Bear, ball at the belt. Tags it just inside, and the Rourke crowd could pull back the bow and arrow for Shane Kelly, but they won't get the call. It'll be 3-2. Seems like every count's run full here for this Knights team. They are working a Bear. The righty on the bump. Dufort going to second, ball 4. Dufort's going to have a stolen base attempt wiped off as Consarina takes first base. Luke Lavin, the catcher, is up to the plate now. This will be where it gets serious as the tying run's up there for the Knights. Lavin, no home runs though on the year, but certainly a big hit here changes this ball game. You've got the tying run at first, and Lavin did hit into the double play in the second. And here is Chris Cota, who's charging out of that black gate on the third base side. He's going to talk things over with Curtis Bear. That was after a short argument by Shane Kelly and maybe Cota. Not sure if Cota had signaled to go earlier to the pen and didn't come out immediately, but Raptors have had an arm up in the pen and will go to something else here for Curtis Bear. So Bear finishes with 3 1/3, and we'll step aside for a new pitcher when we come back. Raptors up 3, but base and the bases loaded with 1 out. We'll be back after the short break.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Raptors going to have Joseph Hasso pitching to Justin Stransky. Up 3-0, call to the bullpen. Here we do have a quick message. ANNCR, you're free now. Free to experience the internet like you've always imagined. Free to stream, game, and share like never before. That's because Quantum Fiber Internet unleashes what you need to make the most of your online life. Speed, reliability, and seamless Wi-Fi coverage for your home or business. It all comes at a value you'll love. Now get 500 meg internet for $50 a month from Quantum Fiber. And with Price for Life Internet, keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability. That's 500 meg internet for just $50 a month and a rate you can rely on, all from Quantum Fiber. Welcome to Internet Freedom. It's your world unleashed. So Luke Lavin will finally step in with that bit of a wider stance. Joseph Hasso out of the College of the Canyons, the trusted righty, with a 1.58 ERA. Tags it up at 93, strike one. Hasso has been pretty money out of the pen for Chris Cota, who's his head coach in the Canyons and also here with the Raps. Last time out, no runs allowed to wall in 2 1/3. And you see why he delivers that fastball with a lot of heat. What's impressive about Hasso, he's carried that over here into his second season now. Be going into that with the Canyons. That heat has just increased velocity ever since he stepped into a Raptors uniform last year. Counts 1-2 here. Corvallis with the bases loaded, down 3-0, and talked with Spencer Siegel a little bit. Longtime Raptors said we saw Hasso come in last year and already touching the lower 90s and just increases that velocity. And there it is, the changeup on the outside corner. Luke Lavin frozen for out number 2. Hasso with a hearty diet of fastballs switches it up for the last pitch there to Lavin, and now it's Coulter McAnally. He is 0 for 1 tonight, struck out in the third, and will try to advance Takeuchi from third, Duford at second, Consarini at first. And I think that belted off the backside of McAnally. I'm still not sure here what's going on. Takeuchi's all the way at his dugout, and they may have felt that was a foul ball off of McAnally, the way that he hasn't moved, and Takeuchi's all the way in his dugout. So this will be, of course, a breakdown to give here. Raptors now infielders come in, and Cota's going to discuss with Shane Kelly. What doesn't make, I guess, as much sense here is that Coulter McAnally's still at the plate, so maybe the signal's a balk, because that would be the only way everybody advances batters the same and Takeuchi scores. But we didn't really have any big signal, and so I guess we're going to assume it's a balk on Joseph Hasso, though there is. So it is a balk, confirmed by Shane Kelly. Count should be 1-0 here on that pitch, the throw down. Hit foul. Well, an interesting ruling there. It goes against the Raps and results in a run for the Knights, who now have the tying run at second base, as McAnally hopes to bring him around. The 0-1. is inside for a strike. And McAnally almost seemed a little confused there. So he may have heard the ruling at the plate before we did. Hasso wasn't sure what was going on, but he's going to throw an 0-2. And smushes it low for a ball. If you look at McAnally, who's also a guy that's played in most of the games against Ridgefield this year. This is his 5th time playing the Raps. And has only 2 hits in well over 10 at-bats. Does he have another? That's the big question for the Knights. McAnally with a half-committed swing on the breaking pitch. Strikeout number 2 of the inning for Joseph. Hasso gets the Raptors out of the jam. Knights come up and score 1 in this inning, doing so on 1 hit. There are no errors by the Raptors. Ridgefield going to bat when we come back at the bottom of the 4th, up 3-1 over Corvallis.
At Dick Hanna, we know that buying a car can feel like you're in some overdramatic reality show. There's
shocking news.
6 weeks to get the red one?
And people who aren't here to make friends.
Honey, look confident. The salesperson is coming.
At Dick Hanna, our huge inventory of 14 brands and 600 plus used vehicles means we have something for everyone. So skip all the... At Dick Hanna, we believe in nice and making nice your reality.
We've been perfecting the process since 1989. And since we're family run, we keep the community in mind. RVs, boats, campers, trailers, if you're missing some glass, we can make it custom tailored. Windshields or rock chips or any shattered mess, give us a call at Hampton Auto Glass.
Ty Horn going to face Julian Nunez, the Raptors shortstop. Popped out in the first inning, and we will see what he can do. First pitch. Up there for a ball, and Ty Horn out of Nebraska out there for another inning of work. His last time went 4 against the Elks, and maybe we'll be able to go deeper. And as we have the playoff matchup, you figure might be a few more innings for a lot of the guys out there. We go with a little bit less of a limit. And Nunez gets a hard hack at this one. It's unfortunately going to drift foul for the Raptors. But in speaking a few times with Chris Cota and getting an understanding of what most coaches are looking to do in this summer situation, a lot of times the pitch count kept limited. That'll be up there and even. Something around 75 is usually a big mark for a guy in a start. 2-2. Nunez takes it to left field with some carry. It's at the track and bounces off the wall. A little bit of hustle by the Pepperdine Wave gets him into second base, and the Raptors have insurance at second, already up 3-1. And maybe that's why Ty Horn may have to come out before he goes more than the last time at Ben. Ridgefield can put the pressure on. They'd love to bounce him out of the game as there's warm-up action in the right field pen. Here's Kalma Marion. Oh, he went after that and came up empty. And Marion out of Vancouver, Washington, took the last game off in the Walla Walla series. 0-1 from Ty Horn. He's able to cause a ground ball up the middle plate off a couple hops by Takeuchi. Nice throw to first to get the out. Raptors do advance. Nunez over to third. And we'll have Jovan Camacho, the left fielder. And Jovan out of Stevenson Ranch, California, in West Texas A&M.
Jovan Camacho
stepped in and pretty much played every day as a Raptor since joining the squad for the Cowlitz series. That's hits foul. It was a funny story, and Joe Vaughn and Ryan Brothers at West Texas A&M look alike and play alike in the outfield, but got in, went right off the plane from Portland over to Cowlitz to play the Black Bears. Camacho is down 0-2. And somehow they had done the exact same thing the year before in 2023. He got off the plane in late July on the same day to play the Black Bears July 27th. The count's going to be 1-2 Knights. Trying not to lose their first game to the Raptors this season. In trouble, though, down 3-1. As Camacho rides it foul. And if anybody could take down this Knights team, might think it's the Raps the way they've played just the second half and how the offense has come together. 1-2. Down low for a ball. Raptors have really believed they could be that team out of the South to finally put down the Knights dynasty. 2-2 pitch. In the air, foul side behind the plate for a ball. Corvallis obviously have won 7 in a row, but it's been a long time since the West Coast League has seen another champion. The pitch down. Inside corner, strike 3. Camacho frozen like a statue for strike 3, and there's 2 down. Second baseman's Taylor Takata for the Raptors. He's walked and sacrificed in the second inning. Ridgefield still trying to advance Julian Nunez from third. As we see the rally bird for the Raptors giving fist bumps out on the third base side. Pitch is down low for a ball. Maybe the last time we see Rally the Raptor. The 1-0 is down low for a ball. Well, just to bring it to you, the last West Coast League champion, not the Knights, was the Bend Elks in 2015. Takata hits it foul. In fact, he had a stretch for a couple of years where it wasn't the Knights. The Bells won in 2014. And again, Raptors have only been around since that 2019 season, hoping to win their first this year. 2-1. It'll be ball 3. Takata got to like his odds at maybe another walk. And he finished second in the West Coast League regular season with 41. Here's the 3-1. Fouled away. This is over at third and will be tracked down and caught by the third baseman, Thomas Ferro-Jaro, and that retires the side. Knights will try and get up for a rally after the Raptors strand a runner at third in the fourth. Ridgefield still leads this one 3-1.
You want to hear about A&A? Listen to this. This is what it sounds like to stay and play at A&A. And with our new luxury hotel, featuring an indoor-outdoor pool, dining with incredible views, and more, it sounds even better. This is what it sounds like at the area's premier dining, gaming, and entertainment destination. A&A. Sounds like fun. Book your stay now at ilaniresort.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Ridgefield Main Street is dedicated to historic preservation, beautification, and a thriving downtown. We support our merchants and our community and thank you for shopping small. Join us for Main Street Day in our fall wine walk. Discover downtown for unique shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops, restaurants, and the food carts. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. Go Raptors, and we'll see you downtown.
Corvallis down 3-1 to Ridgefield. We're in the top of the 5th. My name is Patrick McCall. Thanks for tuning into the broadcast. We love and appreciate your support throughout this year. Special to be a part of the postseason, as it'll be Thomas Farrow-Jar starting things off. He's 0 for 2. And the Knight will watch it outside for a ball, and this might be the spot where the Knights try and start the offense. Will be tough against Hasso as he laces it down low. And for Joseph, right-handed pitcher out of the College of the Canyons, did pitch against Corvallis back on July 4th, Independence Day, went 2 scoreless. And he allowed only 1 run and 3 on July 25th. This one's beamed into right center and will drop just over to Cota for a base hit. That's the strong start the Knights were looking for this half inning. So here's Tai Yukamoto, the shortstop for Corvallis, who looks to move the line. The infielder going to the Gonzaga Bulldogs and named the West Coast League All-Star this year. He's 1 for 1. Hasso forks it away, but gets the zone 0-1. And you're looking at Hasso. Raptors are maybe hoping he can go 3, maybe more innings here for the Raptors. In fact, Hasso usually a starter in his role with the Canyons, so wouldn't be opposed to going longer innings. Now he's got the outside corner for strike 2. If you look back to the freshman year for Hasso, he had 14 starts, and part of the reason he didn't come in until later on in the year was just getting some time off to rest the arm. Now he slows the tempo and will have the 0-2 under his glove. That's bounced back to the screen. A wild offer by Hasso as Farrow-Jaro will advance to second base. No problem there with Farrow-Jaro getting in a scoring position. Tying run to the plate is Yukamoto. Hasso ready to go with a 1-2. On the ground, sharply hit to Mawai. He calls off his pitcher and takes it to first for the out. It'll be the center fielder, Blake Wilson, as the lights turn on above the Rourke and are ready to buzz for this game. On this August evening, Blake Wilson, another California native on the Corvallis roster, tries not to strike out for a 32nd time this year. And drives this one up the middle. That's a base hit through Nunez at short. And the Knights now down just 3-2 against Ridgefield. Thomas Farrow-Jaro scores for the first time this evening. And the Raptors try to limit the damage. This Corvallis offense came into today third in batting average at .275. They can really slash it around. And interesting that also of the only few runs that he'd given up all year, one of those, of course, was to this Corvallis team now. 2 of the 5 he's allowed to the Knights. He'll bend one in there for a called strike. Also behind, no warm-up action right now in left field. Raptors will try to have all the best arms available for the series. That pops off Stransky's mitt and will be a ball. He's able to save it in time. Kevin Takeuchi up there, who's had a walk and flown out, but goes back into a year with USC where he's put up arguably an MVP kind of campaign. Going to be inside for ball 2. The Knights have had MVPs in the past, as Hasso puts it under his glove, rotates it around, and earns a strike. But Takeuchi, big part of his MVP hopes would be the 45 RBIs, which led the league. 16 doubles were top 3 in 53 games. He only missed one WCL game this year, alongside 5 home runs. Put him in the top few, and of course the Raptors' Hunter Kashke finished with 9 this season. An impressive mark that gave him most home runs in the West Coast League. A lot of those coming at the Rourke. Also with a 2-2, Raptors up by 1. And that is a laser beam fouled on the third base side. Likely the last game here at the Rourke in 2024. Ridgefield, the 4 seed in the South. Only situation they could be hosting that championship game is if the Harbor Cats advance all the way through the bracket in the North. This is hit foul and have the count at 2-2. And Harbor Cats, a team the Raptors had also beaten here at the Rourke. Takeuchi in a long at-bat. Those red gloves. Tries to get on. Raptors at double play depth up the middle. This ball lumberjack into the center field sky. Deshaun Harris is going all over the place and makes the catch towards the infield for the second out. That was a big league fly ball for Takeuchi, but he doesn't find himself on, and Brandon Cabrera will step in. Raptors with a 3-2 lead have out-hit the Knights by just 1. This game as close as it gets halfway through. It's why we love playoff baseball at the Rourke. Cabrera sees it inside, and Cabrera walked for the 27th time earlier on. First team All-League member out of Aloha High School, Oregon State All-Star in 2021. There's a pitch down. That's called a strike. Check on the runner at second is in time. Justin Stransky with the fire hose down to the bag. Retires the side as Blake Wilson's caught stealing. Raptors have the lead still 3-2 with the Knights scoring a run here in the 5th. We'll be back when the Ridgefield Bats come back.
Ridgefield Main Street partners with the Raptors and invites you to discover downtown for shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. We're working to keep our small town charm intact by supporting our merchants and the community. Join us for Main Street Day and our fall wine walk. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops and restaurants. We have 4 active committees and are always looking for volunteers. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. See you downtown, and go Raptors!
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952.
Raptors 3-2 advantage right now over the Knights. We're on the bottom of the 5th from the Rourke, and have a quick message from B-Dubs. Craven Wings, diving a flavor overload at Buffalo Wild Wings. Every Thursday, it's BOGO Free Boneless Wing Day. That's right, buy one order of our mouth-watering wings and get another absolutely free. Gather your herd and head over to Buffalo Wild Wings For a Thursday feast, you won't forget, with an array of sauces and seasonings to choose from, there's something to tantalize every taste bud out there. Don't miss out, BOGO free wings every Thursday at Buffalo Wild Wings, because when it comes to flavor, we don't just wing it, we master it. See you there. Here's the Raptors' Deshaun Harris as the Knights. Ty Horn punches it home with emphasis, 0-1. Harris had his triple in the second, now has 3 in the last 4 games. And he's got a lot of speed. It'll be interesting to see if he can get on. Knights have had somebody in the bullpen in right for the last few innings, but haven't made the call to the pen. That's one's a breaking pitch in there, and it's part of the interesting spot in the postseason. Again, you know, a lot of pitchers are on inning restrictions, pitch count restrictions throughout the year, but in this postseason situation, and at least getting Chris Cota's opinion before the game, said might let him go a little longer. Have a 2-2 to Harris. Put that back up the middle. The second baseman, Takeuchi, has no problem with the bouncing baseball to get the first out. And the Raptors bring up Justin Stransky. Stransky, the catcher's 1 for 2, and we'll step in here. See if he can get on. Middle of the infield pretty open as he sees it down. And Justin, a returner to this Raptors roster, played with Ridgefield 28 games last year, third on the team in BA. Finished hitting .337. Quiet leader of Ridgefield, lets his play do a lot of the talking. And now we'll drive it to first base side into right field. And there you see it, Justin Stransky hit number 2 of the ball game, and the Raptors have a little life in the 5th. Now it's Colby Wallace who's 0 for 2, but due for a turnaround. The outfielder from LMU, and has 3 home runs on the year. He hit a towering shot at Borleski to have a home run against the Sweets. First pitch. It is down low for a ball, and for what it's worth, Ridgefield mostly have probably benefited from the wind that's gone out at their work a lot of times, and get to some other ballparks just frankly not as easy, and that was the case at Borleski. You got tall walls in a lot of parts of the park, goes back a little bit more, and not a lot of wind, but Wallace able to drive it out. Stransky will be safe at first. 2-0 pitch. On the ground, first base leap and a grab. We've got 1 out. Interesting play by Stransky. Tried to go back to first, but it's still a double play. Nonetheless, in a frustrating way for the Raptors to end the inning. 3-6-3. Luke Iverson would have been up after that, but Raptors end the 5th. Up 3-2 against Corvallis. We're back in the top of the 6th inning. Ridgefield on top.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head to Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays, and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
Ridgefield up 3-2, hanging on to the lead. We're in the 6th inning. Corvallis sends up Brandon Cabrera. He's walked and popped out in the ball game so far. Also with that center field area up the middle, little open, will start from the first base side of the rubber. Tags it to the outside, strike one, and or Cabrera looking for the bounce back at bat here. He did walk, but has shown his potential against the Raps already this year. On July 25th, had 3 hits, a big fly, and 3 RBI. That'll stretch high, and Cabrera, nice season here for the Knights out of Lewis Clark State. Home to many players in the WCL. Here's Hasso. Now sees his pitch driving to Harris in center field. He backs up near the track and is able to mitt that one for out number 1. It'll be the DH, Quinn Duford, who is 1 for 2 on the day. And the Knights, last time they were against the Raptors, had run away with it here at the work. Again, it was 12-4. The last score against these two squads, and Ridgefield has mostly lost by 1 to 2 runs, and now hope they turn it around. And fastball is high, and will be ball 1, and maybe it is time for Ridgefield's regression to start sparking back this time of the year. The 1-0. Fouled away. In fact, that's one of the really markers of regression. 1-run wins and the losses. Raptors on the win streak. Part of the reason it was so legitimized. Won a lot of the games by multiple runs. Now the pitch. Strike over the plate, 1-2. Well, you'll see a lot of teams maybe win 1-run ball games a lot one half of the year, lose them in the next half. This sport being so tough. Shift put on now by the Raptors as Nunez is even up the middle at second, the shortstop. That'll be down low for a ball. And Hasso is expecting maybe to pitch to the inside here, draws something over to the right side of the field. Nunez actually to the right of second. And Hasso delivers it up and in. This is a shift that's paid off a lot for Ridgefield. But there's a lot of room down the third baseline for Quinn Duford. And the 3-2 just inside. Quinn Duford able to survive and advance to first. With 1 out, the Knights have the tying run on. Kason Consarinas, the right fielder, has walked twice. This game looks like all available indications it'll come down to it. Lavin's on deck after Consarina. McAnally in the hole. Hasso going downhill. Caught it to the outside for strike 1, and right as I say that, it looks like Ridgefield might think about getting an arm out and loose and left. Nothing just yet, but we will have the 0-1. And punches away for a ball. And my time speaking with the Raptors pitching coordinator Corey Curie, believed in this Raptors pitching staff all season long. He's the head coach over at Mount Hood Community College, and I think the Raptors didn't get as many breaks early on in the year and certainly have been able to pitch more comfortable in the second half with a lot of multi-run margins, but if you went to that first half, Raptors in a lot of close games just like this perhaps are trained for this situation and used to the close ball games, especially for guys like Joseph Hasso who are called into this scenario. 1-2 from Hasso. On the ground to the shortstop, Nunez to his right. Now gets it to second in time, but they're not going to be a double play in the infield. There'll be 2 down against the Knights. It'll be the catcher, Luke Lavin. We've had plenty of food hand-delivered to the press box here in this 6th inning. Maybe the last time the Tots truck is in action this year. It just shut down in left field. Tots have come up here as Lavin sees a ball outside. You've got the catcher trying to get on. Knights still have the tying run. Quinn Duford at first. Another little shift on up the middle. Oh, this ball's belted to right. It's got the carry, but it will just scrape foul. And Hasso catches a break. That pitch would have gotten out of here in a hurry. Was it on the right side of the foul line? Here's the 1-1. And this will get away again for strike 2. And Lavin, the catcher, maybe saw his big chance to go with the wind, knock away the Stanford Cardinal. Number 12 catcher in the class of 23 across America by perfect game. So he's 1 tap away. First team all-region back in that 2023 class by perfect game. Also finished high school ranked 2nd in his history at the high school for hits. And he is going to spit on that offer. 3-2. Knights have a lot of those kind of players like Lavin on this roster that just gotten out of that impressive prep career. Now try to turn it around against the WCL. Here's Hasso. Oh, and he just leaks it outside. Couple of close calls in this inning. 2 walks for Hasso, and the Knights now have the go-ahead run at first. It'll be Coulter McAnally, the two-way man, who's at 6'4", 220. His big frame steps in 0 for 2. Struck out a couple of times, and Hasso been the guy for the Raptors, trying to close it down again. Causes a foul ball, and what a grab by, I think that's Brooke Knight down there at third for Corvallis, and he gets it back to Hasso. Actually got an applause from the Raptors fans. Might have been just out of view of our plate camera. McAnally waves the bat over the zone and drives it foul. Now Hasso might be the time he can get to those other pitches. We've seen him mix it up when least predicted. Loves to use that fastball to get to this situation. 0-2. Top of the 6th, Raptors ahead just a run. Knights with 2 on. And Hasso leaves that upstairs, lets it run at 90 miles an hour. McAnally now going to the Big 12 with Utah as he goes into his sophomore year in 2025. Pitched in the spring to a 4.76 ERA and has batted a lot this year with the Corvallis Knights. number one player in Wyoming back in 2023. Hasso's 1-2. Tags low, that's a ball. Rourke fans have gone a little silent here and are on the edge of their seats. What's likely the last home game of the year for these Raptor fans to enjoy. Have the lead hanging on by a thread. The 2-2 is fouled again. These Knights batters have really battled against Tasso this half inning, and he's tried to gather his thoughts out there as Ridgefield gets an arm and left. Going up now appears to be Ridgefield's number 32, Logan Anderson. 2-2. And this ball is in the air. Left field. Raptors have a tough play. Deshaun Harris rides it in and missed the baseball in center field. And that allows the Knights to drive home the tying run. Coulter McAnally with a bloop single. And the Knights have tied it up. Interesting play there in center field. Harris looked like he maybe called off the other defenders. Raptors couldn't get Camacho there in time. Neither was Nunez, and not sure if his eyes came off it on the slide, but had to have been something like that. Seen Harris make that big play in center so many times, and now just misses a few inches away. And we'll call to the bullpen. Raptors going to Logan Anderson, tied at 3 with the Knights. 2 out, 2 on here for Corvallis. We'll be back after the break.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
At Dick Hanna, we know that buying a car can feel like you're in some overdramatic reality show. There's
shocking news.
6 weeks to get the red one?
And people who aren't here to make friends.
Honey, look confident. The salesperson is coming.
At Dick Hanna, our huge inventory of 14 brands and 600 plus used vehicles means we have something for everyone. So skip all the... At Dick Hanna, we believe in nice, and making nice your reality.
Raptors deciding to go with the substitution here on the hill. It is Logan Anderson in a tie game at 3. And the Knights have 2 on. One's at first, one's at third. Lead runner is Luke Lavin. McAnally at first. Anderson with a 5.34 ERA so far this year. 2-1 in 11 appearances. Only 2 starts for the Portland Pilot. Has allowed 16 walks to 24 strikeouts, and we'll see what he can do off a loss at Walla Walla. On August 6th, he went 2 2/3, allowing 4. Stransky motions to his defense, and the Knights have scored in each of the past 3 innings, this one included. Have this ball game all tied up. Anderson got the outside corner for strike 1. Again, Raptors back in action, but at Goss Stadium for Game 2 tomorrow. That starts at 6:35. 6:25 pregame show. Anderson leaves it low. And if Game 3 is necessary, it would be at the same time at Goss on Monday night. Anderson in a pressure spot. This one is a ball inside. One thing we haven't seen today is a passed ball. Wouldn't be a good time here. Got a large backstop at the work, would allow McAnally, or pardon me, Lavin likely to get home. Counts 3-1 here as Anderson tries to find the zone. 6'3", 185, sophomore from Portland. And that time it's down low, ball 4. The Knights may be having their big inning here in the 6th. Already scored once and have loaded them full. It'll be the shortstop, Tai Yukamoto. He's had a single in the 1st, walked in the 3rd. He grounded out in the 5th. As Ridgefield will try to hence down the defense. The 7-time defending champ Knights holding the pressure. Here's a strike over the zone, 0-1. Corvallis, another 41-win season this year, and looking fine in the 6th inning. Yukamoto places it up the middle. That's a base hit. Harris gets the baseball. The relay to the plate. Stransky applies the tag, but it's not in time. The Knights bring around Lavin and McAnally, and it's now 5-3. So the Knights have the runners at 1st and 2nd. Yukamoto at 1st, Farrow Jara at 2nd, and Corvallis now in motion here. Can the Raptors stop the bleeding? The pitch in the zone for a called strike. And, of course, the Raptors have come back at their work a couple times this year, but this is not a spot they would like to be in against Corvallis. Team that always seems to find a comeback against Ridgefield. Down's going to be 0-2. Lake Wilson trying not to strike out here. He has done so 2 times tonight, with a base hit and RBI in the 5th. The lefty Anderson to the plate. It is placed up the middle. Nunez on his horse, will flip to second and retire the side. Raptors allow a couple to the Knights in this inning, and Corvallis is suddenly in motion with 3 in the 6th. They leave on 2 runners as well. We're going to be back for more baseball. Raptors now down 2 runs to the Knights as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
We've been perfecting the process since 1989. And since we're family run, we keep the community in mind. RVs, boats, campers, trailers. If you're missing some glass, we can make it custom tailored. Windshields or rock chips or any shattered mess. Give us a call at Hampton Auto Glass.
You want to hear about A&A? Listen to this. This is what it sounds like to stay and play at A&A. And with our new luxury hotel featuring an indoor-outdoor pool, dining with incredible views, and more, it sounds even better. This is what it sounds like at the area's premier dining, gaming, and entertainment destination. A&A. Sounds like fun. Book your stay now at ilaniresort.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Raptors send up Luke Iverson. Right fielder is 0-for-2 on the day as an RBI, and Ridgefield now down in the game after allowing 3 in the 6th inning. It's 5-3. Here's the Utah Valley right fielder. First pitch will blaze away. Count's going to be 1-0. As that is blasted to the outside, and Ty Horn's going to step aside here. I believe this is Caleb Debin here now for the Knights out of George Fox, and the lefty is a native of the state of Oregon. Ends that one for a strike. Debin with a 1.18 ERA this year, 2 saves, 3 starts, 12 appearances. And Iverson punches it up the middle. Tough play for Takeuchi. Has to fire across his body. Are you kidding me? He gets the out. And this Knights infield playing with a Gold Glove defense here in the 6th inning. It'll be Sofia Mawai after that. First baseman walked in the first, grounded out in the third. As we look real quick to the scores, which have updates here in the postseason. The Riverhawks lead the Bells 3-1 at Remax Field. That game in the bottom of the 8th. Pickles have a 5-2 edge over the Bend Elks in the bottom of the 6th at Vince Guinness Stadium. And in the other score, other than this game, the Harbor Cats lead the Apple Sox 2-0. And that game's in the top of the 7th. 2-0 to Sofia Mawai. That one drags low, and Debin replacing, of course, Ty Horner was the Corvallis starter. As that 3-0 places over the zone and is a strike, but Horn finishes with 5 innings. He allowed 3 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. As Debin will miss it outside. A walk to Mawai. He's at first base, and the Raptors have the tying run at the plate, Julian Nunez. Corvallis hoping not to give up the lead here as Ridgefield tries to turn things around quickly. Nunez ready to go. He forks it foul. Nunez had a double his last time up in the 4th inning. He's treaded nicely on offense this second half, and see if he can get on here for Ridgefield, which badly needs some runs. And Nunez will serve it to right field, drifts over towards Consorina with the wind, and goes right into the left-handed glove there for out number 2. It'll be Kyle Mamarian. Where's number 3? The infielder out of Gonzaga is 1 for 2 on the night. Ridgefield here in the bottom of the 6th, down a couple. Mamarian will touch it off the bat, a foul ball. And again, this is a best-of-3 series between these two teams, and Ridgefield might have preferred an opponent like Portland or Bend out of the South, but stuck with the Knights. Ridgefield split the season series with Bend 3-3 and also beat the Pickles twice this year, but are 0-6 against these Knights. And that one's punched into right center field. Kyle Mamarian hit number 2 of the ball game. And the Raptors have 2 on with 2 out. It'll be Jovan Camacho. He's 1 for 2. Hasn't been seen a ton by this work crowd this year, but
Jovan Camacho.
They'd appreciate him to be the hero nonetheless at a West Texas A&M. The pitch from Devin is over the zone, a called strike. Devin out of George Fox, that's a D3 university nearby. He's got that ERA at just 1.18 this year. And Devin streaks it low for a ball. He last pitched at Victoria, allowing only one run. That was not earned in 4 innings on August 5th. Earned a 4-inning save against Ridgefield on July 23rd, allowing no runs. And there's Devin in the zone again. It's 1-2. Corvallis having a short leash on Devin. Do have warm-up action in right. So this is the time you'd want to be precautious in the postseason. Camacho watches it outside, and Ridgefield does have the tying run at first. Kyle Marion, Sophia Mawai at second. Devin, the 6-foot lefty, to the plate. And Camacho goes through strike 3. It is dropped by Levin, but a casual turn and fire to first will retire the side. Raptors only 1 hit in the inning. They leave a couple stranded and score nothing in the 6th inning. Ridgefield will be down to its final 9 outs offensively to get over a 5-3 deficit to the Knights.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Other places make you pay extra for that, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les. Book your appointment at leschwab.com. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com for details.
Ridgefield Main Street is dedicated to historic preservation, beautification, and a thriving downtown. We support our merchants and our community, and thank you for shopping small. Join us for Main Street Day in our fall wine walk. Discover downtown for unique shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops, restaurants, and the food carts. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. Go Raptors, and we'll see you downtown.
Raptors have a 5-3 hole to climb out of. The Knights on top. We're in the top of the 7th. Taco Bell says, Taco Lovers Unite. It's time to spice up your day with bold flavors from Taco Bell. Those are our iconic crunchy tacos, loaded burritos, and mouth-watering nachos, all crafted to satisfy your cravings. Whether you're on the go or kicking back with friends, Taco Bell is your go-to spot for flavor-packed fun. Don't wait. Swing by Taco Bell today and taste the excitement in every bite. Raptors hoping to get those free tacos if they can't get much else, and need a couple of strikeouts here from Anderson to do it. First pitch to the Corvallis hitter, Kevin Takeuchi, takes a ball outside. Flipping over the scorecard here, the 1-0. Got it down low. It's been the Raptors' promotion all year with Taco Bell to get the 7 strikeouts. Everybody at the work gets the free taco. Anderson's got the 1-1. And it is in play barely, and a nice nifty move by Stransky to turn around and tag for the out rather than try his shot at first. Well, there'll be 1 out here, and an interesting way for Takeuchi to go down. That'll be Brandon Cabrera. He's walked in, popped out, flown out. Here's the pitch. Cabrera stays off it, and the outfielder, one of the limited hitters here in this Corvallis order. Of course, a lot of the rosters have thinned to this time of the year, but the pitch over to right field, taken hard and drops down and bounces over the wall. That'll be a ground rule double for Brandon Cabrera, his first hit of the game. gets him into scoring position for Corvallis. And this Corvallis team with only 13 on its offensive bench, showing up in the bright lights of the postseason so far. Quinn Dufort is 1 for 2. Anderson, the Raptors' hope on the hill, bounces it down. Knights have some more pitchers on the staff right now than they do offensively, but the guys that have stuck around for this second half certainly have been amongst the better hitters offensively. That's back up the middle, will be tough. Cota and Nunez talk for a second. The second baseman does not get it to first in time, and there are 2 on. And it looked like either one of them, shortstop Nunez or Taylor Cota, the second baseman, could have taken the ball and got it to first in time had there not been that split second of indecision over who would get the baseball, and now it'll be Kaysen Conserina. Knights already up 5-3, have taken the lead after going down 3-0. As Conserina takes a strike, Raptors get an arm moving in the left field pen. Appears to be Dylan Richardson at Edmonds College wearing 27. This ball's in. Count will run even. Raptor fans at the work, trying to applaud here. Get this team going. You can hear Corvallis' side getting erupted from the dugout. Knights have Cabrera at third, Dufort at first. And there's the strike 2 to Conserina. He was trying to go for the squeeze bunt and couldn't get it down. Knights look to play small ball here late in this ball game in the top of the 7th. Anderson ready to go with a 1-2 pitch. Draws the foul to the backstop. Conserina, this is 43rd game of the year. At San Dimas High School at a perfect game grade of 9.5, was number 164 in the national ranking by perfect game. And drives through strike 3. Nasty breaking pitch there by Anderson, and he gets the strikeout in the 7th for the second out. That'll be go down as strikeout number 6 for the Raptors pitching staff. And as Lavin steps in, the catcher has walked, struck out, and hit into a double play. The first pitch from Anderson, and he drives it right through the bat, 0-1. Raptors crowd well over 1,000 here at the work on this Saturday night. Temperatures starting to drop here below 81 we had at the beginning. And this is hit foul on a hard line. Will boot into the soccer stadium, and Raptors, again, will be on the road at Goss for Game 2, no matter what of the result tonight, but hope to play Game 3 and not lose either this contest or tomorrow to be knocked out. And Anderson with a good running pitch. Looked like the 2-seam. And that's going to be ball 1. Probably a tough break for Anderson. He'll have to shake it off. That took away the tacos, too, from the Rourke fans, and now we see a 1-2. It's put into the air. Called out by Cota. Iverson and Wright makes the catch. And the Raptors get out of the 7th, allowing no damage. There are no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a couple left on for Corvallis. We'll stretch from the Rourke. Raptors need runs when we come back.
Ridgefield Main Street partners with the Raptors and invites you to discover downtown for shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. We're working to keep our small town charm intact by supporting our merchants and the community. Join us for Main Street Day and our fall wine walk. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops and restaurants. We have 4 active committees and are always looking for volunteers. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. See you downtown, and go Raptors!
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952. Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Raptors need some offense, down 5-3. We're on the bottom half of the 7th. Ridgefield's Taylor Takata will crowd the plate out of the University of Hawaii. He's popped out, sacrificed, and walked in the first inning, and right now hopes to maybe get that first hit against Caleb Devin. Here's the reliever. Touched that one with a little heat outside, and Raptors have so far had Curtis Abair on their side. Pitch, Joseph Hasso and Logan Anderson. Abair went 3 1/3, allowing 1 run on 2 hits, 5 walks, and 3 Ks. Joseph Hasso, the middle inning reliever, ends up allowing 4 of the runs there, and 2 of them earned. That 2-0 is going to be down low for a ball, and recently it's been Logan Anderson, but this is the only reliever for the Knights, Caleb Devin. Ty Horn, the starter, went 5 and allowed 3. Drives that one over Takata's plate, strike 1. Raptors beat that drum, hoping for the rally. With Takata already down to first, we'll have to awkwardly go back. He was called for strike 2 after flipping the bats. Apologizes to home plate umpire Shane Kelly and says, I ain't trying to show you up ahead of the full count offer. This time it's a little low, and Takata is going to get ball 4. Raptors have the tying run at the plate. Here's Deshaun Harris. We saw Deshaun earlier with that clutch triple in the second. Wonder if he can join the party here.
Number 12, your center fielder, Deshaun Harris.
Pitch to Harris out of the left hand of Caleb Devin. Showed the bunt, pulled it back, and it is 1-0. Here's the pitch. Harris showing that bunt, but right now isn't getting the offer he wants. Corvallis with a defensive shift in most of the infield inside of the third, second, and first base bags, and the square it creates. Raptors went up in this game 3-0. Got the first run back in the bottom of the first, scored 2 in the bottom of the second, but have allowed 5 across 3. Those Knights runs coming with 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 3 more in the 6th inning. Got a good one brewing here, and as usual has been close between these two teams this season, and that'll be the way we conclude tonight. Pitch to Harris. Knights will let him drive it foul. And looks like the discussion, so no coach came out there for the Knights. Didn't have Brooke Knight visiting either for Corvallis, but it was an infield talk, and now it looks like the Corvallis defense has adjusted and pulled themselves a little bit further back than they were. To the eyes of Harris, that's ball 3. Do the Raptors have a rally? Interesting, Harris, the 2 walk-offs at their work this year. Of course, that's part of late inning heroics. He was the one to score. Now the 3-1. And that'll be a slide over by Takata. He's in time. Center fielder out of the University of Oklahoma has been everything the Raptors could have asked since getting here in early June. Devin will step off, and Knights still have an option in right field, getting loose. A 3-1. On the ground from Harris's bat, it is the catcher who smushes it down. Luke Lavin cannot dish it to first in time, and the Raptors have 2 on. A bunt single by Desan Harris, his second hit of the game, and it will be a discussion here for Corvallis. Things have gotten tough for the Knights, who are just up 5-3. Raptors have the go-ahead run now at the plate, and Brooke Knight takes the baseball from his reliever, Caleb Devin. Raptors will face a new arm when we come back. Nobody out, 2 on, down a couple. The Knights in trouble here in the bottom of the 7th when we come back.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Raptors down 5-3, but have put 2 on and face the righty, Gabe Hernandez out of Barstow, California. Pitches at CSUN, and number 12 has a 2.20 ERA in 21 appearances. Just about 37 innings for Hernandez. 10 walks, 25 Ks, and last got the win at Victoria. In the second game of that series, went 2 2/3 on Tuesday night. Allowed just 1 run, no earned runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts for the righty, Gabe Hernandez. He'll face the Raptors' Justin Stransky. The catcher is 2 for 3. Knights again have claimed the lead in the late innings here, and now the Raptors try to get it back. Have rallied to put 2 on with nobody out. Here's the Raptor returner, Justin Stransky, shows the bunt. And that goes through the bat of Stransky for a strike. Justin going to the Fresno State Bulldogs for that senior year next season. And that'll be a ball away. Knights have pretty much been in defensively all inning long, but they have not seen the bunt too many times except for Desan Harris, who got it down after multiple pitches in the last AB. Earned himself a single. Stransky will face strike two. Maybe couldn't pull the bat back in time. Ridgefield in front of a work crowd as the wind kicks up and starts to change direction. A little bit of left field trend here. 1-2. Stransky just pulls it to the backside, a foul ball. Game that's about 2.5 hours old right now here in the WCL. Raptors, one of 4 games today. Only 8 teams left this time of the year. Stransky steps out. And Hernandez ready to fire. And Stransky rides it to center. It will drift to the glove, though, of Wilson, who makes the catch. And there's one down. Hard hit by Stransky, but not enough behind that knock by the catcher. It'll be the DH, Colby Wallace. He is 0 for 3. And Ridgefield right now with the 3 runs, trying to get it done against the Knights pitching staff, which has been yet again amongst the best in the WCL. Wallace sees it in for a ball. Knights came in top numbers offensively, and of course on the pitching side. ERA at second in the WCL with 3.04 being the number. And this ball gets to the backstop. Raptors have 2 advance with 1 out. A costly pass ball for the Knights, and that's the first I think we've seen this evening by Corvallis. And it comes at the wrong time. Now the Raptors have the speedy Desan Harris, ready to tie things up from second on a base hit. 8 hits for either side, 5-3 the lead for Corvallis. Now Wallace will bloop it into the shortstop. Yukamoto adjusts and makes the catch. 2 down. It'll be the right fielder, Luke Iverson, for the Raptors. Could be the last hope this half inning. Ridgefield down to its final 7 outs in this game, number 1. And if they lose today, would be facing an elimination game tomorrow. The righty Hernandez steps off. Cota over at third. Here's at second. The pitch on the ground, first base side, will get foul. Iverson, first the right fielder and switch hitter, is on the side of the bag he prefers here, the lefty hitter's box. Faced a lot of righties this year, and that's been mostly where he's stayed. The 0-1 comes down. Placed foul on the third base side, and the Raptors will try not to stram 2 runners they got on with nobody out. Knights have shored down defensively. Caleb Devin removed for Gabe Hernandez in the middle of this inning. And the righties look strong. 2 strikes to Iverson. And he takes it foul. And nobody would love to then more to get a big postseason moment than Luke Iverson, who's been here the whole year. Pretty humble bat out of Utah Valley. Wolverines everyday guy back there at college. Now puts an 0-2 on the ground to first base. McAnally up with it and gets over to first to retire the side. Raptors strand 2 base runners. They got on with nobody out. And Ridgefield still down to the game to the Knights. It's 5-3. Corvallis takes a 2-run lead to the 8th.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, post-retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
At Dick Hanna, we know that buying a car can feel like you're in some overdramatic reality show. There's
shocking news.
6 weeks to get the red one?
And people who aren't here to make friends.
Honey, look confident. The salesperson is coming.
At Dick Hanna, our huge inventory of 14 brands and 600 plus used vehicles means we have something for everyone. So skip all the... At Dick Hanna, we believe in nice and making nice your reality.
Raptors hope this will be a quick 1-2-3, top of the 8th. 7-time defending champ Corvallis Knights up by 2 as Logan Anderson will deal against the leadoff hitter Coulter McAnally. And this one's a strike on the outside, 0-1 for Anderson. Enters in, having already thrown a couple innings here, replaced Joseph Hasso. Anderson has not given up a run yet. He got the outside, 0-2. Raptors maybe would go with one more arm if necessary the rest of the way. Still have Dylan Richardson down in left field whenever he feels the need to get going. The count's 1-2, and just a reminder, we'll have Game 2 of this series played at Goss Stadium tomorrow at 6:35. Catch the pregame at 6:25 on RidgefieldRaptors.com/stream. And there you see Logan Anderson getting through the bat, and the call to the bell has arrived. Raptors have 7 strikeouts, and free tacos are going to be bad for everybody at the Rourke. Coulter McAnally, his 3rd strikeout of the evening as Thomas Ferrojaro steps in for Corvallis. First pitch. Yes, sir, over the zone. Get you a quick look and update on the scoreboard. The one game has already gone final. The Riverhawks take down the Bells at home in Edmonton 3-1. They now travel to Bellingham. And we'll have the Bells down to their final game if they can't win it. Will be an elimination game at Joe Martin Field tomorrow. The Pickles leading 6-2 in Bend. That's in the top of the 9th. Looking strong. Looking for insurance as well before they go to the bottom half. And the Harbor Cats and the Apple Sox are tied at 2. That game in the top of the 8th. Quick grounder to first baseman Y will take it himself, and there's 2 down. That's all the scores here. 8 teams left in this postseason limited tournament bracket. as Tai Yukamoto will step up. Of course, it'll be different rather sooner rather than later, I should say, for the WCL, which will add a team in Salem in 2025. As Yukamoto scrapes that off the bat for a strike, and that'll be the new team down south, at a ninth team to the South Division. Yukamoto already in this game with 2 hits, a walk, and a ground out. And that is hit to the backstop. And for Anderson, been a great appearance so far, all things considered. The Raptors reliever out of Portland has had an up and down year, but so far in his 2 innings has put up clean work. This, of course, against a Corvallis team that's been better in most offensive categories than not. Logan ready with the ball behind his back. The 2-1 to Yukamoto. He draws up the swing, big bending curve. This is where you see the Portland Pilot at his best. Didn't get to play in the spring, red-shirted, and is taking advantage of all this summer action. 2-2. In the air, in the dark sky at the Rourke. Nunez waves everyone off and finds the baseball in shallow left center field. Raptors put up the Knights, put them down in short order, and it will be no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base here for Corvallis. After 7.5, Ridgefield down 5-3, look to come back when we come back from the break.
We've been perfecting the process since 1989. And since we're family run, we keep the community in mind. RVs, boats, campers, trailers, if you're missing some glass, we can make it custom tailored. Windshields or rock chips or any shattered mess, give us a call at Hampton Auto Glass.
You want to hear about A&A? Listen to this. This is what it sounds like to stay and play at A&A. And with our new luxury hotel, featuring an indoor-outdoor pool, dining with incredible views, and more, it sounds even better. This is what it sounds like at the area's premier dining, gaming, and entertainment destination. A&A. Sounds like fun. Book your stay now at ilaniresort.com.
Raptors down 5-3. It'll be Sophia Mawai here to start the bottom of the 8th, and Ridgefield needs some runs overall. On the earth, 31 wins, the Knights with 41. Hope to put things down quickly in the bottom of the 8th. These two teams both another even game here. Ridgefield has lost most contests by 1 to 2 runs to Corvallis. Both have 8 hits in this contest as Sophia Mawai sees a strike. He's walked 2 times and grounded out. Now an 0-1. And Hernandez misses away. Gabe Hernandez for the Knights. Right-handed pitcher from CSUN. Was a top 1,000 national ranking by perfect game coming out of Barstow High School. And you see that effectiveness for strike 2. Was a BCS champion, the Ohio Valley World Series with the Warhawks back in the day. And from that prep career, goes against the Raps in the game 1 of the postseason. Mawai shoves it just fair side of first, and they're going to call that one in play. Might have looked like he got fouled for a moment, but Mawai is put down for the out. Now it's the Raptors shortstop, Julian Nunez. He's out of Pepperdine University over there in Malibu, California. So far, 1 for 3. Here comes Hernandez. And he served it away. Raptors haven't had an appearance just yet from the new addition, Kobe Welty, this postseason. He did make a plate appearance on the road in Walla Walla from Santa Ana College. Now the 1-0's up. The middle, a base hit for Nunez. Raptors with a little life in the 8th have put the tying run to the plate. It's Kyle Marion. Gonzaga Bulldog already has 2 hits. He's really come alive offensively in the last week. Knights will look for the double play. Camacho on deck. And the ball's outside. Rourke crowd sticking around. We're in their free tacos tonight and look on in what's become the biggest game at the Rourke this year. Game 1 of potentially 3. And Marion sees a strike. In this best of 3 series, we've had 3-game series all year long, but one team will have to counter the other in game 1 or 2 to end up with a game 3. Marion sees a ball. The Raptors want to avenge their prior teams. Of course, they're made up of a lot of different players, but were beat by the Knights in 2022 and 21 to be bounced out of the postseason. Marion will see that low and a tough play at first. Nunez just slides ahead of a back pick by the catcher, Luke Lavin. Raptors at the 8th slide of the order. Camacho will round it out. 5-3 edge for the Knights with a 2-2. Check to first is not in time. The Knights definitely relying on Hernandez to get it done off a win against Ridgefield on July 2nd and a save on the 24th. And both those two didn't give up an earned run. Now into his 2nd inning of action for Caleb Devon. The 2-2. And earns the swing. It is barely fouled off. Kyle Marion will stick in there, and the Raptors hope to bring him on. Big knee bend for the Gonzaga Bulldog. He's at the back of the dish, the 2-2. His hit foul. Of course, we're here in the 8th, but Ridgefield, last time it was able to come back at the Rourke, did take down the Redmond Dudes in non-league action just before the All-Star break, and also had a walk-off against the Victoria Harbor Cats. 2-2. And Marion goes down with a tough swing on that pitch in the turf, and there are 2 gone. It'll be Jovan Camacho. He struck out twice, had a single in the 2nd inning. And would love to advance Nunez at first. He got on with 1 down. The pitch to Camacho. Fastball bent down the first base side and just gets fouled. And the Raptors in that 7th inning, if you missed it, Ridgefield put up no runs, 1 hit, but left 2 on. They did the same in the 6th inning. And what was frustrating about that 7th, the Raptors put the first 2 on and couldn't advance anyone to score. Had an awkward double play to end that was the 5th, but the 6th had 2 on again and couldn't bring them around. Now Camacho splits his bat and it goes into the glove of the shortstop, Tai Yukamoto, a leap and a grab, and that ends the inning. Raptors score no runs on one hit. There are no errors and one left on base. It's coming down to it. Corvallis up 5-3. Ridgefield enters the top of the ninth looking to maintain just a 2-run deficit.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Ridgefield Main Street is dedicated to historic preservation, beautification, and a thriving downtown. We support our merchants and our community and thank you for shopping small. Join us for Main Street Day and our fall wine walk. Discover downtown for unique shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops, restaurants, and the food carts. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. Go Raptors, and we'll see you downtown.
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high-earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952.
Raptors wonder if this is the last inning they play tonight. On defense first, here's Logan Anderson to Blake Wilson. He gets him with a strike, and Wilson stepping in with 2 strikeouts, a fielder's choice, and an RBI single in the 5th. Infielder out of the University of Washington in Seattle. And that sticks in, and heavy improvement right now for Blake Wilson this year. Came into today hitting nearly 300. Just a 175 mark. 45 games in the spring. Now a 1-1. And Anderson bends it through, strike 2. And Logan Anderson been everything the Raps could have asked here late in these innings to give this team a chance. He's so far gone 2 1/3 without allowing a run. Here's Anderson back again. And that time deposits strike 3 through the bat of Blake Wilson. And there's one down in the 9th. So it'll be Kevin Takeuchi to try and continue the line. The Knights have not scored since the 6th where they put up 3. Those were all tagged on Joseph Hasso. Takeuchi faces the first. There's another strike, and we're seeing the wind have a bit of heavy action right now to right field. Deshaun Harrison center in front of a batter's eye that's whipping around. The 0-1. Hit to right field. Iverson chases it and makes the catch over his shoulder for the out. Quick 2 down for the Knights. Raptors hope this will be the last hitter they face. Brandon Cabrera in left field tonight. Has had a double his last time up, flown out, popped out, and walked in the second. Anderson stares in. Picks a card, and he'll come home. And fires it low for a ball. Cabrera, the outfielder from Lewis Clark States, played in that late July series, didn't see any time in the early July series against the Raps. Both sweeps for Corvallis. That is dumped inside for ball 2, and it's been a situation where the Knights, for whatever reason, of course, they've been dominant, but have had the Raps number this year, despite Ridgefield having no issue with many other teams in the South in the second half. And that one's taken low for ball 3. In fact, Ridgefield a 21-7 second half record, only behind Portland, who ended up winning the South. Pickles a monstrous 23-6 record. And Anderson is back in the zone with 89. Cabrera will try to find himself on, put on some type of pressure. We got Quinn Dufort in the batter's box, or pardon me, the sideline right now for the Knights, but that ball driven to Nunez at short, and he does flip on to first to retire the side. Raptors end the inning against the Knights, allowing no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Ridgefield needs at least 2 runs to continue game number 1 of the South Division Series. Ridgefield back on offense when we come back.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
It is Taylor Takata to lead things off for Ridgefield. Bottom of the ninth, and now comes down Gabe Hernandez, the reliever. Draws it upstairs for ball 1. Takata has 2 walks, sacrificed in the second, popped out in the fourth. A lot of noise from the Ridgefield side. He'll take a strike. Knights have an arm in action in right. Hernandez looking for a save in this scenario, would be his 4th of the year. Now Takata shoots at the left field. Does it have enough carry? It will not to get by Cabrera. The catch is made by the left fielder, and there's 1 out. Ridgefield, if it loses today, will be down to its elimination game tomorrow in game 2. Got to win 2 times in 3 games against the Knights to move on to the division championship. And Deshaun Harris is up there 2 for 3 with a triple, 2 RBIs, a single, a walk. And he takes a ball outside. Deshaun facing a 1-0 pitch. Here's Hernandez with good action over the zone again. He's worked mostly ahead to these Ridgefield hitters. Ridgefield has not scored since the 2nd inning. The pitch. Harris shoots it in the sky. Left field bias. It is over to third. Ferrojaro drops the ball. Harris in between first and second. He advances, but is called safe. And we're going to have an argument right immediately from Brooke Knight. The Corvallis Knights all disagree. There was about 4 gray jerseys right by Desan. So he was certainly beat to the bag, and it must have been on the swim move that he got around the tag if they're going to call him safe. Desan obviously probably did not expect that ball to be dropped, and so was taking the extra base, and it's made a close play, and they call him safe. Umpires Shane Kelly, David Richardson, and Terry Granillo all say that Desan is safe, and again, from our eyes up here, he was certainly gunned down if the tag was applied normally at second, because Harris was halfway between the bag by the time Farrow-Jara recovered. And Brooke Knight is giving his opinion, obviously. Tough to see what happened at second exactly, but Harris must have swung around that move and got in there, but Raptors maybe get a break. They're at second. Tying run at the plate is Justin Stransky. Either way, it's going to be an error on Farrow-Jara, who had what could have been out number 2 in his mitt. Stransky's 2 for 4. The pitch is down low. Corvallis getting a potential stretch of bad luck right as the Raptors have seen it against them so many times in this season series. Obviously, they've lost by 1 to 2 runs 5 times to the Knights, 0-6 on the year. Maybe the break will help turn things around. And Hernandez leaks it away. And better yet for the Raptors, this is the heart of the order. You've got Stransky's the third hitter in the lineup. Then the cleanup man, Colby Wallace, is on deck. Hernandez takes a eye at second. And now Stransky puts it in motion to the shortstop, Yukamoto. He does have a clean field and is able to get Stransky in time at first. And there is 2 outs in the inning. It'll be Colby Wallace, the last hope for the Raptors. 0 for 4 tonight, but he did have that home run at Borleski earlier in the week. Does he have another? Hernandez watching Harris at third. Fastball over the zone is strike 1. Colby came in as one of the better hitters in the Raptor lineup, hitting .343 as he entered today. Due for a hit by that average. But he sees one low. Wallace going from Cal State. Fullerton will land with the LMU Lions in Los Angeles. Once a big moment before that starts in the fall, the 1-1. And he takes it upstairs for ball 2. Gabe Hernandez, the relief man for Corvallis. If he gets an out here, would be 3 complete innings of action and a save for him with no runs allowed. But he pops it upstairs for ball 3. Came in after Ty Horn started and gave up the Raptors 3 runs in 5. Caleb Devin with a scoreless inning of action in the 6th. Hernandez with the ball at the belt. Wallace sees ball 4. This dramatic game continues. The Raptors have the tying run on, and it's Luke Iverson, the catcher and right fielder, going to be stepping in. Another guy who has no hits today, but due for the turnaround as Hernandez may or may not be done. The Knights discuss. Doesn't appear to be Brooke Knight coming out. Raptors will have Sofia Mawai behind Iverson and Nunez if he can come up. This will be a mound visit here for the Knights coaching staff. The pitching coach, Cole Stringer, talking things over. And do the Knights go to the pen? The big question. Of course, surely it'll be easy to second guess after this game. It's coming right down to it. Might not be enough to make a call to the bullpen if things bounce right here for the Raptors. Maybe they get one of those coveted home runs. 28 on the year for the Raptors with the go-ahead run at the plate. That's the situation we've got. Raptors would walk it off. And the Knights have to think. They caught a tough break at second earlier on in this inning. It looked like Harris was beaten in time to the bag, but he was able to swim around the tag and get into second. And a mistake by Thomas Ferrojaro to drop the ball at third may prove critical. They're going to have a pinch runner here. I think it's Ryan Camacho for the Raptors. He steps in for Colby Wallace. So he'll be in for Wallace, who ends with that walk. Iverson sends it low, or sees it low, my mistake. 2 outs, Raptors down 5-3, but with 2 on in the bottom of the ninth. Corvallis looking for a Game 1 win in this division series. Hernandez home. Got it in the zone for a strike. Iverson's 0 for 4, but did have the RBI on the grounder in the first. Hernandez, the 1-1. Iverson shoved it over to the right side of the infield, and the Knights are going to take Game 1. Raptors unable to overcome the rally in the middle innings by Corvallis. And the Knights are now 7-0 against Ridgefield this year. And they take a coveted Game 1 win. With one more tomorrow, they would bounce the Raptors out of the playoffs and end the Ridgefield season. Take a quick look through this game and get you the recap. Corvallis' Gabe Hernandez picks up the save by going 3. He only allowed 1 hit and no runs, of course, to the Raptors in his outing. And Caleb Devin, the reliever, went a scoreless 6. Ty Horn, the starter, went 5, allowing 3. On the side of the Raptors, Curtis Abair ends up going 3 1/3, allowing 1 run. That was not earned. 2 hits, 5 walks, and 3 Ks. It would be Logan Anderson, though, the most impressive late in the game. He went 3 1/3, allowing no runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And if you look at Joseph Hasso, the middle inning reliever was taken for 4 runs in 2 1/3, ends up earning likely the loss in this one. But Raptors have a tough one to bounce back from, and we'll get you through some of the offense real quick. It would be Deshaun Harris who impressed, going 2 for 4, had that 2 RBI triple in the second inning. Justin Stransky back in the lineup, goes 2 for 5 with Sofia Mawai walking twice. Julian Nunez had a double and a single, while Kyle Marion had 2 singles in the game. Jovan Camacho would pick one up in the second. On the side of the Knights, it was Thomas Ferrojaro who had a base hit and a walk. Tai Yukamoto ends up going 2 for 4, had a walk and 2 singles with an RBI attached to his card. Blake Wilson 1 for 5, an RBI single in the 5th inning. And besides that, Brandon Cabrera had a double and a walk. Quinn Dufort would have a single, a walk, and another single. Went 2 for 3. And Coulter McAnally, rounding out the list, would have an RBI and a run scored in the 6th inning. So again, the Knights pick up the win here and down the Raptors. Final score 5-3. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Corvallis. 3 runs, 9 hits, 0 errors for Ridgefield. And with this win, Corvallis puts Ridgefield at the brink of elimination. One more at Game 2 tomorrow at Goss Stadium, and they will eliminate the Raptors. That one starts at 6:35. You can join me for the pregame as early as 6:25, all on RidgefieldRaptors.com/stream. But I hope you can tune in tomorrow. It'll be a fun one from Goss as the Raptors try to overcome the Knights, who have won 7 straight in the WCL. One more time, Raptors lose this one 5-3 at the Rourke. Probably the final home game at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex this season. For anyone who came out to the ballpark, we do appreciate your support. Thanks so much for tuning in to Raptors Baseball.